to an earlier set of people. They were dharmacharyas, Shankaracharyas and people of various mutts. Every one of them were brought together by Sudarshan ji of RSS and Vishwabandhu Parishad's Ashok Singhal. And they had gone in the Ram Sethu issue, saying that the Sethu Samudram project proposed by the UPA government will to cut through, a canal to cut through the Ram Sethu. See, if you look at the map of India, the southern coast is like that, Sri Lanka is like that, and an island juts out which is called Rameshwaram Island. Old days it used to be called Pamban Island, now we call it Rameshwaram Island. It ends in a place called Dhanushkodi, where you remember Ramchandraji took out his Agni Band. So Dhanushkodi it ends, and from there Ram Sethu starts. And it goes up to Sri Lanka coast. And there you can, if you walk on it, you can reach Sri Lanka by walking. So, therefore, Rameshwaram Island plus Ram Sethu, these two block any ship from going through the Gulf of Mannar and the Pak Strait. So, every ship which comes to Kanyakumari or to Tuticorin has to go around Sri Lanka to go to Chennai or to Visakhapatnam or even to Calcutta. So therefore, it is more time consuming, more expensive. So in the interest of development, you cut because it's a shallow base, the bed of the ocean is shallow. So therefore, it's only not enough to clear big ships. So they decide to cut a canal on the ground of that Pak Strait and Gulf of Mannar, and cut through Ram Sethu so that ships can go through. This was their plan. Of course, privately, Karunanidhi said that to Muslims that they demolished Babri Masjid, so I will demolish Ram Sethu for you. And so kindly vote for me. That's the kind of propaganda he was doing. And of course, Sonia Gandhi, as a good Christian, she was also enjoying this, fully supporting him on that, in public meetings and all that. So now, I don't know what the people, all these sadhu sannyasis got agitated, so they came together, signed a big petition, they filed the petition, Supreme Court dismissed it. That is reckless. Development cannot suffer like this on an imaginary idea of Ram Sethu. So Supreme Court was very hostile. So then I was approached. I said, well, they have already got a case dismissed. I can't go again. There's find some way, because most people don't know the law, so they think there's always some way. So I said, okay, if Ramchandra ji wants me to save Ram Sethu, he'll put some idea into my brain. So I started thinking. Then I found the way. The way was that I went to court and I raised the same objections as the sadhu sannyasis raised. Namely, that this will break Ram Sethu, etc., it will hurt our faith and all that. But I added one paragraph, that if the purpose of the Sethu Samudram project was to enable ships to go through, or the luggage or the cargo to go through in a shorter distance, then we have to consider the 3,600 crore project vis-a-vis an alternative way of sending this luggage or this cargo to Chennai and Visakhapatnam and Calcutta. And I produced, thanks to a friend, and I would say Ramchandra ji, that there was a study by the Planning Commission that if the ships which come the Tuticorin port could be converted into a container port, then they can drop that cargo in Tuticorin, and a railway line can be built along the coast of and up to Calcutta, and that cost will be only 600 crores. So I went to court, and the court was very angry with me. So why have you come? Don't you know that they have dismissed it? I said, they have dismissed it on religious grounds. I am not on religious grounds. I am worried about my government's, the country's exchequer, the consolidated accounts of India. And on the consolidated fund, you can't withdraw money like this. 3,600 crores for what can be achieved with 600 crores. Therefore, the alternative is cheaper and you have to consider it. Therefore, this is arbitrary, this is unreasonable, and this is therefore, defrauding the public exchequer, etc. The court got convinced, said, all right, we will hear your matter. And then the process started of hearing the matter. I convinced the court that if you really want to move cargo faster, instead of going around Sri Lanka, then put through the railway line. So now the government of the UPA resisted it tooth and nail. They went on raising all kinds of questions. One question they persuaded the judge to ask me. He said, Mr. Swami, tell me, do you really mean to say that people will go to the middle of the ocean to worship Ram Sethu? So I said, Your Lordship, every morning I worship to Lord Surya Bhagwan, and I don't go to Surya and come back. And the judge's name was Ravindran. I said, your name is Ravindran, you should at least know this. So, like that, you see, once I said, this is Ram Sethu, so Karunanidhi got very upset. He said, who is he to say it's Ram Sethu? Was Rama an engineer? Which engineering college did he go to? How do I answer that? But Ramchandraji answered. Next day he fell sick. So he had to be admitted to hospital. Hospital's name was Ramchandra Medical Hospital. So I sent a message to Karunanidhi, get well soon, but are you sure he's got an MBBS at least? So this is the kind of, this is a skill which you have to acquire by experience. You can't, there's no book which will teach you this. That I came up, anything, any policy, normally Supreme Court will not accept any policies. But if the policy is arbitrary, if it is unreasonable, if it is illegal, then the Supreme Court will intervene. And that is what I am doing in many of these cases. The Jet Etihad case which is coming up,